Hello, hi, how are you? I hope you guys are having an amazing day today. Hello and welcome to Glowmas. Hi!
Deck the halls with boughs of holly.
Okay, anyway, hi. No candle of the day today because I'm actually at the new house filming this video. This was kind of an impromptu video, so I apologize if there's any echo or if there's any little shadows. This will not be the permanent setup for this house. It's kind of impromptu. It's Glowmas. We're just getting creative with it. But today's video, we are going to be talking about something that I have seen all over TikTok and have desperately wanted to talk about, and that is luxury advent calendars. I have a lot of thoughts. And I don't know if anyone else has been seeing all of these videos of luxury advent calendars going around, but they have been all over my For You page, and I have so many opinions on this. I feel like this time of year, advent calendars become really popular. I feel like in the traditional sense, advent calendars are supposed to be just like chocolate. I remember when I was a kid, my mom would buy us advent calendars every year at like Wegmans, and every day we would just get like a piece of chocolate that we could eat leading up to Christmas. But I feel like in recent years, they've really vamped up advent calendars to be more like every single day leading up to Christmas, you get like a tiny little gift. I know a lot of makeup brands do these advent calendars. You have like NYX, Huda Beauty did one this year, Clarins. I remember Glam Glow did one, I'm pretty sure, one year. So this isn't like a new thing, having like beauty advent calendars. And I also don't even think that luxury advent calendars are a particularly new thing. But this year, I've become aware of them, and now I have some opinions. Luxury advent calendars are basically brands like YSL, Chanel, Dior, all of these really high-end luxury stores coming out with these advent calendars that cost a ridiculous amount of money. Like, we're talking hundreds of dollars on an advent calendar. And I really want to talk about today the main ones that I have been seeing and kind of how terrible they have been. The Chanel one in particular, I have a lot of thoughts, but I really want to talk about today just kind of how bad they are, number one. And number two, I also kind of want to discuss how like capitalism and Christmas have become this like terrible beast. I know this isn't like a fresh take or a hot take, but I do feel like around this time of year, there are so many sort of predatory marketing techniques going on, and I feel like luxury brand advent calendars definitely fall into that category, and people are really in like high overconsumption mode right now. So if you're interested in me reviewing these advent calendars and roasting them and talking about some capitalist bullshit, let's jump into the video. Okay, the very first one I want to talk about is one that I have seen a ton, and that is the YSL Beauty Advent Calendar. Now, YSL Beauty and YSL are technically two separate things, but I still wanted to talk about this one because it is $495. So after tax, it's like $550, and let me tell you what you get besides this like aesthetically cute box. I think the problem with all of the advent calendars I'm going to be talking about today is that all of them have objectively very aesthetically cute packaging, especially the Chanel one. Like the Chanel one is actually really beautiful packaging. It's very unfortunate that what is in it is just garbage. So the YSL Advent Calendar offers 17 mini products, minis. There's 17 out of the 24 days. There are 17 mini products, 6 full-size products, and 1 gift. Spoiler alert, the gift is a YSL makeup brush. That probably cost like, it's not even a brush with like a handle on it. It's literally like a YSL kabuki brush. That is the gift. A YSL kabuki brush that like probably cost them 3 cents to make regardless. The main thing about this advent calendar that was so strange to me was you do get a lot of lip products. It actually seems like, based on the pictures they do show, the bulk of the full-size products you actually get are lipsticks. You also get 2 small sample perfumes and then a few like eyelash products and maybe some creams, and like that's it. So you're basically getting a ton of lip products. The crazy thing about this advent calendar to me is not only that they put in just like an insane amount of lip products, all of the lip products are literally red. every single one. I understand that it's like the holidays, and when you think holidays, you think red lip. Like, I'm not shading that decision. I think what's more jarring about this to me is that they are all just slightly different shades of the same red lipstick. Like, I don't understand what their thought process was by putting pretty much identical shades just in different formulas. I feel like if you're going to put this amount of lip products in something like an advent calendar, it would have been really beneficial to put in some like pinky nudes, like a neutral, maybe a dark like purple, like a dark berry shade. It's not like YSL doesn't have a ton of different lipstick options. There's two in the middle here that are like silver packaging that literally in the picture look like identical shades of red. Nobody needs this many red lipsticks. And on top of that, when you're looking at like the face creams and the perfumes, they are so small. Like, if you were to use that face cream, it would be good for like 1 to maybe 2 uses if you used it sparingly, and then it's gone. The perfumes, same thing. You're way better off spending your money on the Sephora perfume set, gift set that you can get. That's like $65, where you get a coupon with that where you can get a full size. Then at least you're getting, they could have at the very least put a full size perfume in here. For the price point of almost $500, you're telling me they couldn't fit at least like a slightly bigger perfume, so not even a full size, but like maybe like a half size. You're really telling me all they could do was just shove a bunch of minis in here? I think the whole problem with the concept of advent calendars in general is you're not always knowing what you're gonna get. Some brands, especially these more luxury ones, do definitely put out pictures of kind of what to expect is inside of the advent calendar. Like, they're not having you go in completely blind, which I can appreciate. However, a lot of people get like, they really like the idea of, it's kind of like a mystery box. Like, they like the idea of being surprised every day, and every day is a new little gift that you weren't expecting. If I ordered this and I did it in the purpose that an advent calendar was supposed to be used, which is to like be surprised every day by a new little gift, I cannot imagine how pissed I would be if I just from like days 1 to 17 literally was just opening the same red lipstick over and over and over again in a mini size, and then I finally got to something that wasn't a red lipstick and it was a cream that I could use for one singular day. If you really want to try out like YSL stuff, you can get samples at Sephora of these face products. If you want to try out the lipsticks, I cannot tell you how many times at Sephora YSL is having like mini lipsticks that you can get with either 100-point perk, like they have them in the rewards part, or you can use a special code to get a mini lipstick. I have like 3 that I've gotten just from waiting around to see when YSL is gonna have another sort of lip sample thing at Sephora. To pay $500 for mostly minis and a couple of full-size lipsticks is just like absolute insanity to me. And honestly, what pisses me off even more about this is it just genuinely feels like YSL didn't even try. That's gonna be a reoccurring theme throughout this entire video, but it really feels like they just did not give a shit. They just shoved a bunch of mini products into some boxes. They put way more thought and effort into the packaging than what would make a cohesive and actually fun experience for the consumer, and that was that on that. I think the thing that's kind of funny about like these luxury advent calendars too is that these are very hyped up. Like, these sell out really quickly. So for a certain type of crowd, I do not fall under that crowd, but for a certain type of crowd, this is something that they really lust after and really want. But I think what's so sad to see, especially on TikTok, is you'll see comments of people being like, oh my God, I wish I could afford that. I wish that I could have that beautiful packaging. I wish that I could like have that experience. And it's like, do you wish that? I don't wish that I could blow $500 on a bunch of mini lipsticks. I don't think that's something that we should be aspiring to as a society, to buy a $500 mystery box full of mini makeup products. I understand some of them probably needed to be minis, but truly, actually I don't. I feel like for $500, everything should be full size and you should be getting actually good gifts. There's no value in this. Like, it's not like a gift set where they try to show you the value, where it's like you could pay $500, but you're getting all this makeup for $300. There's nothing like that with this. The cost of a mini doesn't even really exist because you can't just buy them. Like, these are just samples. This is like glorified samples that like Sephora and Ulta throw in your bag at checkout, and people are paying $500 for them because it has YSL slapped on it. No, immediately no. Okay, this is like the piece de resistance of luxury advent calendars to me. This is the Chanel advent calendar. Now, this is not just makeup. Oh no, they're stickers. For $1,140. $1,140, you can get 27 gifts from Chanel in an advent calendar. Now, Chanel did this thing where instead of numbering it from like 1 to 25, they started at number 5. And I'm assuming it's because of Chanel number 5, like I would guess. And the actual like packaging that all of the little boxes come in is a gigantic Chanel number 5 perfume bottle. So again, packaging wise, I actually think that Chanel crushed it with the packaging. It's very cute. I think they should have just stopped there. People would have bought like a couple $100 giant Chanel cardboard box that looked like a perfume bottle. Like, people are so sucked into the Chanel aesthetic. There are absolutely people who could have bought it and they wouldn't have been wasting everyone's time with the rest of this crap. Now with this box, you do get a couple of things that I feel like are kind of interesting. So you get a Chanel lipstick, which is a limited edition lipstick to this box. So you're not gonna see this color just like on shelves that you can buy from Chanel. However, it's literally just a red lipstick. And I know that Chanel has other red lipsticks, so I have a feeling they might have slightly like tweaked around with the hue and just put a special name on it. I don't think that this is actually something like crazy or whatever. And it wouldn't have been cool if they did like, I know they would have never done this, but it would have been so cool if they made like a green lipstick or like something kind of crazy that's like really limited edition that you actually cannot buy anything similar to at Chanel. Like, I feel like that would have just been so cool. You do get a small bottle of the Chanel number 5 perfume. You get a face cream. You get a snow globe, a Chanel snow globe. For $1,000. You get a literally, okay, I'm not trying to shade the bracelet that they put in here, but actually I am. I'm gonna shade the bracelet they put in here. They literally put a bracelet in here that looks like a hair tie. Like, it looks like a hair band, but not even like a scrunchie, just like a hair band with a 5 in the middle of it. And that is the bracelet that they are giving you. But don't worry guys, it's limited edition, so it's obviously worth the hype. Man, whoever invented the term limited edition, I wonder if they knew just the absolute chaos they were gonna cause later on. There's also like a keychain, and I think my favorite part about this one is that in this $1,150 advent calendar, you open one of the boxes, you can get some stickers. And don't worry, it's not just stickers. You can also get a flip book. It is literally a little book. It's like one of those things that you drew in like art class in like elementary school where you're trying to draw like a stick figure, do a cartwheel. It's that, but it's them creating the Chanel number 5 bottle. I am not kidding. For $1,150, you should be getting, I don't even, actually, you know what? I don't even know. This one also has 2 red lipsticks and a red nail polish. What the fuck? No, I feel like for and don't worry, a Christmas ornament that looks like it's made out of just like wire and gold glitter. I think in general, it's just honestly comical to me that they were like, oh, you're gonna pay us $1,000 and we're gonna send you some red lipstick, an ornament that you could buy at the Dollar Tree, and some stickers. $1,000, that is just absolute lunacy. You would really think that with Chanel being like a very prestigious brand, you would really think that they would try even like an iota harder to just like have some credibility. But pretty much everyone I've seen on TikTok who actually bought this thing, which like, what? Everyone on TikTok who actually bought one of these things is pissed, and I don't blame them for being pissed, because if you're gonna charge something like $1,000 for an advent calendar, you'd expect something a little bit better, especially because this wasn't just like a Chanel makeup calendar. Like the YSL one, at least they were able to be like, yeah, there's gonna be some minis, there's gonna be some full sizes, you have like an idea of what it's gonna be based on the YSL makeup. This is the Chanel, like as a brand, this is the fashion house's advent calendar, and they put in fucking stickers. What? Okay, sorry. Dior also has an advent calendar. This one is $700, which after the Chanel seems like a steal, frankly. To be fair, the Dior advent calendar, I actually think it looks like objectively on the outside, it looks really pretty. Like it's definitely got this really beautiful blue and gold. You can tell they put a lot of thought into the packaging, a lot of effort went into it. I love that the little like things that you open are part of like windows on a house. I feel like this is very reminiscent of the advent calendars that I used as a kid, and was able to like have little doors and like windows to open up that had chocolate in it, except that was like $7 and this is $700. In this, you get a bunch of minis. It's basically all minis. It's mini Dior fragrances, which I guess if you love their fragrances, no. Even if you love their fragrance, just literally no. No, I won't stand for it. $700 for minis. I cannot stand for that. I would have rather all of these brands just did like 12 days of Christmas and they just put in like full sizes of everything and then charge the same price, because then it would feel like you're at least getting a little bit more value out of these products. $700 for a box full of mini products. Can you imagine if a brand like Tarte or Too Faced or even like Natasha Denona, can you imagine if these brands offered $700 worth of minis to their consumers? Can you imagine the hell it would raise? Can you imagine anyone else other than these luxury fashion houses trying to pull this shit off? It's absurd. I made a video a while back where I talked about the normalization of luxury fashion in our culture and how sort of way that luxury brands are using influencers who are marketing towards teens like Emma Chamberlain and Charli D'Amelio and the Dolan twins at the time. These luxury brands are using like young kids to make luxury kind of seem more attainable than it actually is. Because in reality, most people cannot afford, most kids especially cannot afford to buy a like $2,000 Louis Vuitton handbag. Like that's just not realistic. Most people cannot afford to just spend $700. Oh my God, can you imagine all the stuff you could buy for $700? Can you imagine what you could do with that money? Anyway, most people cannot spend $700 on a luxury advent calendar full of mini makeup products. And I think the problem is that with these advent calendars, I think there is this sort of sense of FOMO that people get. I think the real root of the issue here is that if this was just any old makeup brand that we know of, or even any old fashion brand. Like if Kate Spade tried charging, I think people justify it because they're like, oh, well, Chanel's stuff is already so expensive, or like Dior's stuff is already so expensive. So it makes sense that they're charging so much because like that's their price point. But they're not offering anything more than the brands that are charging significantly less. And it's the same thing with all luxury fashion. Like I struggle with this because I enjoy luxury stuff. Like I enjoy going to look at it. I even own a few bags that are like luxury bags. Like I like all of that, but I struggle with this sort of internal battle of like, it's really just the name. Like the reason that Dior and Chanel feel emboldened to charge like $1,000 for an advent calendar is because it has their name slapped on it. They bring nothing of value to the advent calendar like realm of the internet. Like there's nothing valuable in any of these. None of these are even remotely close to being worth the price point that they are charging them at. They're not like good deals. You're not getting a discount. You're not getting anything super special or unique. You're getting stickers and mini perfumes. I just think in general there's a lot of FOMO surrounding these advent calendars because I think, number one, I think people really want to know like what the tea is. Like I think a lot of people bought these because they were just curious about what they were going to be like. But I think that these advent calendars are doing the same thing that luxury bags do in the first place, which is they cause people FOMO. I don't know. That's just what I've been thinking about lately. Every time I see one of these pop up on my TikTok, I follow a girl who's been opening her Chanel one every single day. And when she got the stickers, I literally screamed. Like I could not take it. I could not take the fact that she got fucking stickers. Can you imagine the gall of the Chanel creative team? They're like, we're gonna charge them $1,000 and they're gonna get a flip book. They're gonna get a red lipstick. They're gonna get stickers. Like what the, anyway, that's my thought on these. That's me roasting luxury advent calendars. Let me know what you guys think about this topic down below. I'm super interested to hear all of your thoughts on it. It's kind of a crazy thing that's happening right now. I know that these have been happening for a while. Like I know Dior has done them before. This is Chanel's first one, but it's crazy to see how crazy expensive brands can make sort of everyday normal things. Like it's almost like they take the joy out of everything. Like, why can't we just have chocolate and enjoy it? Why does Chanel need to be giving people bracelets in an advent calendar? Like, why can't, even the makeup advent calendars I think are kind of silly and stupid because usually, like these ones, they're just not worth the value of the product. They're overpriced and these ones won't go on sale, but most makeup ones end up going on sale after the 25th because they don't sell enough and people don't buy enough, and then you get them for a huge discount anyway and you get all the same products for a way cheaper price. I don't know. That's just my food for for thought on that. Let me know what you guys think. Have you also fallen on a luxury advent calendar opening TikTok? Because I'm very curious to know your opinions. I love you guys so much. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, or just subscribe, or do neither. Honestly, just so happy you're watching me. Thank you so much for being here. My merch, my social media, and everything I am wearing on my face will be linked down below, along with my podcast and vlog channel that I am posting to pretty regularly this month as well. You can go check that out. I love you guys so much. Merry Glomas, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!